Okay, let's go to uh, Dr. Matt M. from able2shine. Matt,
Hi, I'm here.
uh,
It's nice to
yeah,
be.
let me introduce you first, okay?
Yes.
Give me 1 minute. Yeah. So, Matt, believe everyone has something important to say and loves helping young people and their voices. Speech and debate changed Matt's life from an introvert to the first student from his school to compete at a tournament of champions. Since then, he has dedicated his life to empowerment and education of the next generation. Let's listen to what he's going to share with us today. Okay, so Matt, please take the floor.
Such a pleasure to be back with your wonderful organization. We had such a good conversation last time. And I think we said we were going to talk more about speech and debate and also about how it's affected me directly, as well as I want to talk about the amazing work our students did at the national championship last weekend and about some of our great summer programs and our partnerships with schools coming up. I was really taken with the last couple of presenters. What an amazing group of young people we have coming up and figuring out how to code all these games. I remember trying to design some of these things on my old Apple II C Plus in the 80s and going into the back end code. And I don't think I could do it anymore today, but it is wonderful to see. And notice how their presentation skills were essential to being able to communicate that. The previous speaker talking about AP research, this and speech and debate could not overlap more. This is one of the most wonderful things about speech and debate is that you see so much cross application with so many other parts of our life, especially our academic life. Students who do speech and debate on average have much higher grades among high achieving students. At my previous school, half of the valedictorians were on my speech and debate team. We would often have breakout sessions where each of the AP classes were being worked on by different people. It was so wonderful. So I'm going to walk through a presentation and I want to thank Ping, the founder of our organization. I know she's a great member of yours as well, who made all this possible when she realized that so many wonderful, brilliant people in Silicon Valley really needed some ways to express themselves in words as well as in code. And this has been such a great program to be a part of. So I'll be talking a little bit about our organization, able2shine, and my own background, about how tournaments will help you learn and grow in addition to winning awards. You shouldn't join any activity just for the college resume, but it definitely, even more than any other activity, since we compete so often, the opportunities to win awards are very big. And then about how the skills can cross-apply with your STEM projects and our summer camps going on right now. I just had a great summer camp this week that I'll be talking about. Some really amazing, pretty young students talking about very serious issues in a thoughtful way. We also had a ton of fun. So, able2shine firmly believes that the STEAM skills, science, technology, engineering, art, math, and soft skills all go together so well. As you can see, most of our families are second generation Chinese American, but we welcome people from all backgrounds. We firmly believe that we can find understanding between cultures through our communication skills. I think my Chinese is not good, but I think this says reading, writing, listening, and speaking. Is that right? Yes. Okay, awesome. Context clues. So I've taught speech and debate in many parts of the world before. I'll talk about that a little more. And speech and debate in China has actually been taking off in recent years. Unfortunately, some of those programs have struggled because of recent changes. But here in the Bay Area and all over the United States, speech and debate is thriving, especially when things went online. While many other sports were unable to compete safely, speech and debate continued to give an outlet for students to take their competitive smarts online. We'll start doing some more in-person tournaments as it becomes safe, but this is a chance where, if you don't want to travel one weekend or you aren't feeling well, you can still sit down to your computer and compete. We offer both public speaking and debate classes. The hosting program is so fun, where students pretend to run talk shows. It's pretty amazing watching like an 8-year-old, start interviewing people and things like that. We also have tournaments, shows, events, and that leads into things like stage performance. Can everyone see my screen okay?
Yes.
Great, okay. So our staff, oops, sorry, a couple typos, but our staff is incredibly professional. I've worked for a lot of different organizations. Organizations all over the world. This one believes more in training staff than almost anywhere else I've been. We get monthly feedback on how we can do better. We work with each other constantly. We have teachers that are currently in Broadway shows, people that are doing some amazing things and want to also share those skills with young people. Most of our teachers are American, but I think we're starting to slowly get more diverse around the world so we can cover more time zones too. We've created all of our own curriculum to our own standards that make sure that they really meet the individual needs of students. And this is where you have lots of different options for speech and debate programs and for other programs. But what you're going to get from us is the highest level of quality of teachers, and you're also going to get a really personalized experience. Ping and Coach Griffin and others will evaluate every student when they come in and figure out what do they already know, what are their weaknesses, and what can they do better. I think we talked a lot about this kind of our awards from last year. Last time we do have, oh wow, we're up to 55%, amazing. About 20% of students usually make it to finals. Our percent in each tournament out of the people that enter. So if 100 students enter, 20 or so will go on to the finals, sometimes as many as 30%. We're at about 55%. And we actually, well, I'll share our bigger awards in a minute. So we won so many awards at the national tournament that it's really kind of hard to read all of these, but this is by far the best performance of any of the teams I've been with, or that I've really ever seen in the 20 years I've been around speech and debate. There's a couple different national championships at the high school level. National Online Forensics hosts the only one for elementary students. And our students placed overall, when you combined all of their performance in their different events, first, second, third, fourth, and fifth, and I think we might have even had sixth too, but they only gave away the top 5 individually as elementary students. This group of students is phenomenal. I want to especially highlight, the previous speaker talked about like social programs and how you can change your community. What some of our students who won some of these awards are doing. For example, when Coco found out that her elementary school that she used to attend was going to be closed, she went and started talking to the school board about other options. She was eventually able to convince 2 of the 5 school board members to vote not to close the school. The other 3 still voted to close it. So sometimes it's not whether we win or lose, but she did make a difference. Also, Carrie and many of our students are doing great things. I just wanted to highlight another one. Carrie started a program, I believe it's called Heart to Table, where students go out and pick what we call gleaned produce, which is things that are left over after the commercial pickers go in, and take it to families in need in the North Bay. I am more proud of these students for the difference they're making in the world than I am for these amazing championships and wins, but they're pretty fun too. And you can imagine being able to put on your middle school application or on your college application that you were the top overall student in the nation in a national speech and debate tournament is a huge thing. And some of my students are actually applying to top private schools, including St. Mark's in Texas, and are looking at making speech and debate a major competitive activity for them. So speech and debate helps students learn and grow in a lot of ways. For one thing, we're all going to deal with failure eventually in life. It's not fun, but it's inevitable. Well, the nice thing about speech and debate is since you do it so many times, you get to lose and win a fair bit. We can go to between 5 and 20 tournaments per year. It also teaches you how to compete and be strong and to work well under pressure. In addition to all those skills that you learned about in the previous speaker, research is also important. It helps with STEM projects because it makes you more confident and able to present in front of judges and interact with them, as well as helping line up students in a better way. So Last time people asked about my own background in speech and debate and where it's taken me around the world. And I wanted to briefly share one of 1,000 paths that speech debate can take you on. I have former students who work for the United States State Department. One of them is an assistant ambassador to Canada right now. I have students that are lawyers, engineers, doctors. But for me, it's taken me educationally all over the world. I was a speech teacher as well as a 6th grade homeroom teacher in Thailand. You can see here we're playing a game called Mage Night, practicing some geometry and math skills. I also taught university in Saudi Arabia. Here's a debate we had about the different ways that men and women in Saudi and America interact. You might imagine this would be too controversial to discuss, but speech and debate teaches us that every issue can be respectfully brought together. And as a matter of fact, that word respect was one of the areas that the students found was in common between all of the men and women of Saudi and America. They thought people cared about respecting, helping people, and cooking. I don't know if that's really true that all Americans like cooking. So I was elected to my own school board in my hometown. I helped build our first sustainable elementary school based largely on the accolades I'd earned as a speech and debate student. I got in an airplane for only the second time in my life. My family was not rich, to go to the national tournament. And now I've got puppies, and you can also see my little baby Lily here. And what an amazing opportunity Ping gives us to be able to teach safely from home. Well, we also have some in-person teachers in the Bay Area. Well, I have this little one. So you should come join our summer camps because you want to give your students a chance to have fun, learn, and excel. With able2shine, we're going to push you to the next level, but we're going to be there supporting you as well. Let me tell you about what a great experience I had in summer camps this week, where I had a group of mostly 8 and 9-year-olds who learned about whether or not we should have a no-fly zone over Ukraine. Well, let me tell you, that's a difficult concept for even many adults to talk about. We had to discuss nuclear war. Pretty soon they started researching about the 80s and making jokes about different things. Not only is the fear of nuclear war back, but so were the pop songs from the 80s. And we were all laughing and having a good time, but also learning about a serious and real issue. And let me tell you, we are in good hands in the future. These students are so thoughtful about being safe and building a more peaceful world. So come join our summer camps. They start all the way in kindergarten and go through middle and high school. If you want to take a camp with me, I'm teaching parliamentary debate next week, which is based on kind of the British Parliament Forum. We also have a partnership we're making now with the Basis School in Fremont. We are so proud of them. They're going to be taking their program to the next level. So they've come to us asking for help guiding their program so their students can really excel. Speech and debate has meant the world to me. I've got my whole speech and debate sweatshirt on here. It's taken me to see amazing things, to see great colleges all over the country, and our students could not have succeeded more. But if there's other options you're looking for too, maybe your kid's a little less competitive still, we have lots of things you can start with, things like basic storytelling, the magic tree speaking, American history, whatever your students need to excel, talk to Ping, join our website, able2shine.com. You can email shine at able2shine.com and learn more. Don't wait, join us. We can't wait to see you. You're muted still. Catherine.
Yeah. Okay. I just unmuted myself. Thank you.
Yeah.
And thanks for your sharing.
Yeah. Did anyone have, I know we had some great questions last time, or we?
Because today we have 10 minutes late, so maybe.
Okay, very good. Thank you all for inviting me again.
Thank you.